All of you deserve a great round of applause here. You worked hard, all 5 boroughs, but I want to concede to Eric Adams. I've known Eric Adams for 40 years. We've been friends for most of that time. Up until recently, it's got quite heated, quite vitriolic. But I will tell you this, in the aftermath of Bill DeBlasio, who has single-handedly destroyed the city that we love, single-handedly, I am pledging my support to the new mayor, Eric Adams, because we're all going to have to coalesce together in harmony and solidarity if we're going to save this city that we love. Got to put aside our political and ideological differences and do what is best for all the residents of New York City. So even though I couldn't reach Eric Adams on the telephone, I pledge him my support. I concede publicly, and it's time for New York City to move in a new direction. We are going to improve. We're not going to move. And let me applaud all of you because we've made history in this campaign. Yes, history. We have shown that a Republican independent can show compassion and caring to the emotionally disturbed, the homeless, and for the first time in the history of American politics, an animal welfare program was introduced to the general public and said, no kill shelters. I wanted it to be so that we would never again kill a dog, a cat, or an animal, but find them a home of their own, adopt them out, foster them out. When I have a chance to speak with the new mayor, Eric Adams, I will bring this up to him about the compassion that I can bring to this city with all of you and other volunteers, whether they're Democrats, independents, Republicans, conservatives, or liberals, to care for those hopeless souls roaming our streets and in our subways and parks, the emotionally disturbed, the homeless, and our animal friends and our animal family members. To you, you help me push that agenda. You help me introduce this to our population. That you can be compassionate, caring, concerned, and yet still promote a law and order platform to bring safety to our streets, our subways, our parks, and our schools. So understand this. Unlike a former president who said many, many years ago, you won't have me to kick around anymore, you will have Curtis Sliwa to kick around. Know about Curtis Sliwa. I never give up. I never surrender. I never retreat. The one thing I've learned in this campaign, because I was the last person to declare, had no money, it was just 3 men in a room, soon to be joined by women, and we built this campaign from scratch. One thing that I have learned is that I have been responsive to the people, not the power elite, the people. We're not going any longer to the power callers who control most of the decisions that take place in the city. We are going to empower the people. I said time and time again, I do not trust politicians, regardless of what party they're with. We are promoting populism, initiative, referendum. Let the people make the choices. We pay the taxes. And although, obviously, I don't like defeat, although I've been knocked down before many, many times, think of it tonight. This pales in comparison to our heroes, men and women, cops, firefighters, sanitation workers, healthcare workers, teachers who've been fired, who have no paycheck, can't sustain their families, cannot go out and get any other work. These heroic men and women, when the lockdown and pandemic came, crawled into the belly of the beast to save lives. We applauded them every night at 7 o'clock. And what have we done to them? We've relegated them to a point where they're zeros, like the police were relegated when they defunded the police by $1 billion. I am telling you, I am going to continue to work on their behalf, promote their cause. We must right this wrong. We must make sure they're rehired, that they get back pay, and that once again they're put up on a pedestal. Think about their feeling tonight with their families as they watch this broadcast.
That's right.
Although we don't like defeat, we cannot let our heroes down.
Amen.
We must embrace them. We must lionize them. We must continue to fight for them so that they know they are not abandoned. So in closing, I hope all of you will join me on this mission, because it is a mission. And it did start back in March when I declared for the mayoralty of the city of New York. You knew I was an unorthodox candidate. You knew that the power brokers of New York City were not supporting Curtis Sliwa. You knew that I was a product of the subways, the streets, the public housing projects.
That's right.
You knew that I was a man of the people, embraced by black, white, Hispanic, Asian, gay, straight, transgender. It doesn't matter who the people of New York City are. They know me for 42 years with the Guardian Angels, risking our lives.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
I think we should give a special round of applause to all the Guardian Angels,
Amen.
not just here. My wife, Nancy, who has led the animal welfare platform and has guided me to the concept of Mahatma Gandhi, who has said a society that does not take care of its animals will not take care of its people. Look at how we treat the emotionally disturbed. Look at how we treat the indigent and poor and homeless. Gandhi was right. We are going to elevate all these people. If I can't do it as mayor, I'm calling on all of you to join me in this mission. We cannot be stopped. And I think I've used 8 of them. My mission has become your mission, and now we need to multiply it as I did the Guardian Angels when I started with just 13. In 1979 as a night manager in the Bronx, and we're now in 13 countries, 130 cities, with 5,000 volunteer members who don't carry guns, don't wear bulletproof vests. Pales in comparison to our heroes, men and women, cops, firefighters, solidarity. And in closing, many people who helped me reach this point.
I've seen how hard Curtis has worked for the city, not just for the last 6 months, but I've seen for 45 years. I may only be 35 years old, but I've seen for 45 years what he's been able to do for this city. He is the city's guardian angel. I think he deserves some of the best numbers, hopefully, that we've seen in this city in over a decade for a Republican. So I'm really hopeful that Curtis is able to have a great night tonight. He's a friend. I'm very admire really the work that he's done over the last 6 months in the city.
Every step of the way, not only in Brooklyn, but in all 5 boroughs. Let's give it up to Vito Bruno.
Bring him. He's not giving up. This is the most beautiful. Curtis Sliwa loves this city, and I hope that he comes back.
We love saying that because we know that. Does he have a wristband? Yes. Okay. Oh, so that if you want to do it, sorry, just come to me. First aid.
I voted for him because I am not a fan of the Democratic nominee, and I'm hoping that because I believe Curtis is more of a people person. He's more of a normal guy. I believe he knows the city better, he knows the locals, and he understands their problems better than Mr. Adams. And I do love his adoption of UBI, basic income, something that I think needs to be adopted by more people.
Thank you.